I'm Taylor Morgan. You're watching Taste Local. And originally, I'm from Boston. I don't think you can tell because I lost the accent many, many moons ago. But I love people from Boston. And my next guest is a restaurant guy from the Boston area where they know great seafood. He, along with his wife, Elida, and his partners, Michael and Rochelle Politano, that just celebrated 10 years at their Port Salerno location. But they have a second location too up on the Treasure Coast. It is in Fort Pierce, on the Fort Pierce Inlet. And they're living the restaurateur's dream with these two waterfront restaurants. And then boom, March hit. And thankfully they made it through because they have a loyal following in two incredible locations. And they were able to open on Monday. And it's a pleasure for me to introduce you to Paul Gonnella of Manatee Island Bar and Grill. So great to be speaking to a fellow Bostonian. How are ya?
I'm great. Listen, when you come from Boston, we know you don't park the car in Harvard Yard, because if you do, they will tow it to Medford or Somerville.
They will. And
Right?
also, you don't say, oh, are you from Boston? Nobody from Boston says Boston. They say Boston.
My accent, too, for the most part. If it comes out, let me know.
Oh, I totally hear it. and you're from Nantucket and?
Well, I was born in Medford and raised in Nantucket. I graduated Nantucket High School.
I totally hear the accent.
Yeah.
You're kidding me. So you guys moved down here and said, screw these New England cold weathers.
Everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Cold weathers, we're never going back. And
my last one was 1996 when I was scraping the ice off of my windshield in Marshfield, Massachusetts. Marshfield, Mass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, screw this, I'm gone, and I've been down here ever since.
Yeah, we've been here. I originally moved here in '88, moved back up there in '96, back here in '05, and in the meantime, I came up with a wife and 3 kids, and we've raised them now, and this restaurant business has been good to my family.
Yes.
My kids have grown up and it's going to get us to retirement. Hopefully, this was a setback. This is going to give a couple of years to my working life.
I mean, you've been through hurricanes. You've made it through summers.
Yeah.
But what was going through your mind when this whole thing hit? I mean, the Treasure Coast wasn't as bad in panic mode as Palm Beach County and Broward and Dade, I don't think. But when the governor pulled the plug, what was going through your mind as an operator of 2 restaurants and how many employees?
A total of about 100.
Jeez.
2 restaurants. And that's the first thing that goes through our mind is our employees. It's going to be tougher for them than it is for us. And it's tough for us.
Yeah.
No tears from me, from my family. As I say, this business has been good to us for 10 years. But we've got employees that are really struggling. I don't have to tell you or any of the viewers how difficult it was to get into unemployment.
Yes.
We all know people who tried to file for unemployment. Most of them didn't get it. Most of them didn't get through. Some got stimulus checks, some didn't. But what they really wanted, Taylor, was to come back to work.
Yeah.
So it thrilled us to be able to bring some of them back. Like everybody else, we applied for the payroll protection program.
Did you get it?
We got some of it. One restaurant got it, one restaurant didn't.
Isn't that weird? Okay.
Yeah. And we remain hopeful that the other one will get it because it's tough. Our expenses continue even with the restaurant closed. We lost a compressor on a walk-in refrigerator while we were closed. It still cost $3,000 for a new compressor. Didn't matter if we were closed or not.
With no revenue.
No revenue.
But you did start to do curbside. The first couple of days you said you weren't going to do takeout, and then you kind of changed your mind a couple of days in.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what happened. We did it for a few days, and for safety precautions, we chose to shut it down. A month ago, everybody was more nervous than they are now, including our staff and our guests, and we listened to them.
Yeah.
We don't want to put our staff in harm's way. So we thought at that time, and it was a great unknown. It's still a bit of an unknown, but with no idea what to expect, we decided to shut it down. Mm-hmm. And I'd like to sort of add on to what our friends over at the Pelican Cafe said. They had mentioned that they spent 2 weeks cleaning their restaurant. I think that restaurant diners around the state can take comfort in the fact that every restaurant around is the cleanest it has ever been. We were able to keep some managers on salary, and there were 5 of us in here cleaning every day, and we found projects to do every day. We took every piece of equipment out of that kitchen. We took it into the parking lot. We scrubbed it. We degreased it. While the kitchen was empty, we regrouted the tile floors.
This was a good time to do that, because when do you even find time? You never find the time to do that kind of a deep cleaning. So it was.
And we all have projects that we'll do when we get the time.
Everybody does. No one's immune.
So all of a sudden, we had time.
Let me read this. This was posted on your Fort Pierce's Manatee Island Bar and Grill's Fort Pierce Facebook page from Sue Shamansky.
Okay.
Who wrote this on Tuesday about her visit on Monday.
I hope it's good.
First day you read it. What, you think I'm going to read something that sucks? Actually, nothing sucked. No, there was no bad reviews at all. This was the first day of reopening the Fort Pierce location. And this was written to your partner, Michael. Michael and crew, thank you. Yesterday was wonderful. Shane took great care of us, and it was nice to chat with you. Nobody is denying that it's a scary time, but you guys rocked it. Over distancing, organized, the place was extra clean, and the food was delicious. I have to say, well done. Thank you for providing a safe dining experience, and gosh, it felt good to be back.
Gosh, it felt good for us too.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. It was a big relief. You know, the news cameras came up here Monday night, and I was able to get a little sound bite on the news. And I think the first thing I said was, I'm crying tears of joy today.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the news thing was not as flattering as we had hoped. We're really bending over backwards to comply with the government orders. And I've written it down here. I want to read you what the executive order is.
Please, because we haven't heard that yet.
Yeah, this is right off the government website. And it says the executive order permits restaurants to open indoor seating at 25% capacity with 6-foot distancing between tables and not seating parties larger than 10 and keeping bar counters closed to seating. It also allows for outdoor seating with appropriate social distancing. Now, we are fortunate to have a large outdoor area, which is not necessarily subject to the 25% rule,
right.
But social distancing, which we're making every effort to respect. You had mentioned at the top of the show that we've actually put crime tape around our tiki bar right now. And it's a little bit of a jarring visual. I've got Donald our general manager. I don't know if we're going to be able to bring him in. He's down there right now with his phone, and he'll be able to show you. But our guests have had great respect for it and understanding that we're trying to do the right thing. We've got high top tables. We've added extra tables along the seawall, on the other side of the fence, places that we normally don't seat guests because guests seem to be most comfortable outdoors right now.
Yes.
So we're fortunate to be able to offer that.
And the weather's still beautiful. It's going to be fantastic in about a month. So take advantage right now.
Absolutely.
And you have both of your restaurants are right on the water. So there is somewhat of a breeze.
Yeah.
Ruby, who do we have on
Donald Buffington is our general manager. We might have Mike Lodato up in Fort Pierce also.
Okay.
There he is.
Look, we've got
Mike up there too. Everybody's in the party.
So who's going to show us around which restaurant first?
The Tiki Bar right now. Mike looks like sitting with the Tiki Bar behind him in Fort Pierce. These are 2 different locations for the viewers. I'm narrating now. Am I doing your job, Taylor? I'm sorry.
No, you do it. You do it. Here we go.
Jump in, but I can see Donald walking outside with what looks like a seared tuna that we just prepared. Maybe we can get a little close up of that. There you go. Well done. Putting your phone on the seared tuna.
God, look how fresh that looks. Wow.
Ginger and slaw, and that looks delicious. So bring it right around to the Tiki Bar, Donald, where you can see that crime tape and show our outdoors. You see some tents there that aren't there. And Taylor, that's so that we can cover the high tops out at the Tiki Bar so that guests can enjoy the outdoor dining without being in the blazing sun.
Perfect.
These are a few of our regulars. Gentlemen, you're live, so keep it clean, please. I don't know if we've got audio on them.
Hey, hi.
That's all right. It's not broadcast TV. You can say whatever the hell you want.
Now, normally these guys would be seated at the stools at the tiki bar, but as you can see, we're trying to prevent that, and God bless them, they're respecting it, and they're still coming out and supporting us anyway. So we're grateful to our guests for the support that they've given us. We've really felt the love, and I hope we're able to give it back to them as best we can. In the meantime, we look forward to phase 2. We ask our neighbors to cooperate with us on phase 1 and do the right things, abide by this government order, so that when phase 2 comes, maybe we'll go to 50%, whatever that rule may be. Let's abide by that also.
So we're looking at, on the right-hand side with Donald Buffington, that is the Port Salerno location.
That's correct.
Manatee Island Grill, Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
In Port Salerno, that's like a section of Stewart.
Yes.
And then on the left-hand side, Mike is up in at the Fort Pierce location,
which also has no bar stools. Mike, maybe you can swing the camera around and show them that nice water view up there also.
Oh my God. When is it going to
be audio for you now, Mike? That's the first time we've heard that. So this is what our guests can enjoy if they take a seat outdoors at the tiki bar area. Now, one of the frequently asked questions, a lot of people are calling us asking for reservations. We've got plenty of indoor dining, and we're taking reservations that we would not normally take for the indoor dining. Outdoors, it's very limited seating. It has to be first come, first serve.
Okay, that's good to know. Are you doing anything for Mother's Day?
Yes, we are. We are doing an a la carte brunch. We're evolving, Taylor. Normally, we would do a buffet brunch, but buffets are out. Buffets are not.
I don't think anybody would want to come for a buffet.
So we're accepting reservations for parties of any size from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. For an a la carte brunch. We've got a lot of reservations already. 772-242-8460 in Fort Pierce, 872-7288 in Port Salerno. Thank you for that plug. And we are accepting Mother's Day reservations right now.
Go ahead.
Every day is a new challenge for us.
Yeah.
Every day brings a new set of circumstances, and just when we think we've adapted, it's probably going to change. So we decided we want to do Mother's Day because we want to figure out how to handle what we would consider full using the existing restrictions.
Right. Do you feel like you can breathe a little bit better now, though?
I do. I'm still
holding my breath. This is
when we got
day 48 for Palm Beach for the rest of us.
Yeah. Now, when we got the news, we all knew, if you're like us, you've been following the governor's speeches, and everybody knows, okay, Governor DeSantis is going to make an announcement at 2:00. And we knew that it was coming, but we didn't expect it on May 4th. We had just resumed doing takeout, thinking, okay, well, this will give us a week to order, to prep, because we had nothing. And the other restaurants, any other guests will tell you the same thing. We have a scratch kitchen. Anybody with a scratch kitchen, perishables don't last.
No.
Produce, bread, seafood, that's all gone. Sauces had to be re-prepped. Stations had to be set up on the line. The bars had to be reset. So there was a lot of work doing it. It was like opening a new restaurant. And again, with no idea what to expect. Is anybody going to show up? Are 100,000 people going to show up?
But they did show up, and that's the important thing, because you're a part of the community. And oh my God, one restaurant is bad enough, but you have two that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
But your locations, and people this is South Florida, and the weather is still gorgeous at the beginning of May. Normally, it's in the 90s by now.
Yes.
So
yesterday or the day before,
we're really lucky with this weather, but people are so tired of being cooped up in their house, and you guys have the perfect location where people are being able to feel some semblance of normalcy.
And down here in Port Salerno, we've had a lot of people come up from Palm Beach County.
Yeah. Yes.
And we're happy to have them.
And are you doing live music yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah. I think Sunday, Mother's Day, we'll start with a single guitar player, Jason Montero, at 4:00.
Good.
We're not
put them back to work too.
Yes, yes. It's funny. I just bumped into Jason yesterday at another place at Blue Point down in Tayste.
Yes, we had them on last week. Yes,
he happens to be playing down there. It was his first gig back. So yeah,
the
musicians are excited also. But we're not ready to do late night music. You know,
it attracts a crowd, and you can't have a crowd yet.
While the executive order doesn't specifically address that, we're trying to cooperate with what we feel is the spirit of the order.
Right. Good.
If we were to put a live band and suddenly we'd become a nightclub, and the nightclubs and bars are not supposed to be acting. We could hide behind the fact that we have a restaurant license, but we know the score. So we're not ready to do live music late at night yet.
And the fact is, we're still in a pandemic. I mean, we just still are. We just, people just don't feel like we are, though, because it's been so long. So bless you for, keeping the safety precautions and taking this seriously, because I do understand that some restaurateurs aren't. I don't really want to go there right now, because I'd rather just take a look at
imploring them to cooperate.
Yeah. If everybody has to cooperate. I mean, but it stems with the restaurant. What are you going to tolerate?
That's right.
Some restaurants are, everything's, we don't know what's going to happen. In 2 weeks from now, is the Treasure Coast going to have like a second wave?
That's right. Are we going to be closed?
You got to be careful.
Or are we going to be now open at 50% capacity?
Exactly. So you got to take it easy, one step at a time. But Ruby, we got some pictures with Paul. We have some pictures of your food, and
oh, great! I didn't know that.
Eileen Pratt says, "Hi, Paul. We love you guys."
Hi, Eileen. That was a bacon mac and cheeseburger that you just
put that back up.
That's delicious. It's huge. Be hungry if you order that.
It's got mac and cheese on a burger with bacon. Are you kidding me?
These are all things that everybody loves. How could it not be delicious?
Oh my God. And the fish sandwich.
The mahi sandwich, yeah.
It's beautiful. I think we only have those two. Yeah, I think that's it. Because we had a lot of looking at the restaurant itself. But what is your favorite thing on the menu before I let you go?
Well, I'm not going to let me go. I'll finish with my favorite thing. But the one thing I want to say is I do want to give a shout out to our staff.
Absolutely.
We're so fortunate and so blessed. We've had a core group of people who've been with us a long time. We've got managers that work side by side with us through this. And as I say, these people got hurt, but they were there for us, and I hope we can be there for them also. So if anybody on the staff is watching, we love you guys, and we couldn't do it without you. So thank you. Back to your question. I love the seafood paella. It comes in saffron rice with clams, mussels, all kinds of seafood, scallops, shrimp. Delicious, delicious. If you're hungry for lunch, aside from that bacon mac and cheeseburger you just saw, we've got a grouper Reuben that's also huge. Portions here are big. Come with an appetite. Those were a couple of great recommendations. I want to thank you for having us on today, Taylor.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Paul and your wife and your partner Michael and his wife. It's a family affair over there.
Yes.
And your employees are family, like you said before. I really want to punch that with our viewers. Every single restaurateur that I've talked to, independent restaurateurs, that when they had to lay off their employees, it was like laying off their family. You don't lay off your family, but that had to happen.
Yeah.
And
going through the last month, knowing that a lot of them were hurting.
Oh, it's gut-wrenching.
Not only could we not help them, we couldn't even have them on the property. We were, for the most part, in our own little quarantine here.
Well, we're coming back, Paul.
We're coming back, Taylor.
And if the second wave happens in the fall, at least there's something that we can already look at. Like, here's what we did last time. Let's do this, or let's do it better than that.
That's right.
Because this just blew it out of nowhere. It's ridiculous. No. But we're coming back, and the people who pivot, the people who are the innovators, and the people who have strong ties to the community, those are the winners, and you are one of them.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say, and we hope to see you soon.
Ah, absolutely. I need some waterfront dining in my life, and that
we all do.
Paul Gonnella, thank you so much for being on the show.
Pleasure.
2 locations, Manatee Island Bar and Grill, Port Salerno and Fort Pierce. And the website to find all their information is manateeislandbarandgrill.com.